Is this the new frontier, trying to give options to people that use your cards to be paid in advance, or even or paying for things in a delayed manner?
Well, definitely, we're trying to innovate as much as possible, then cut out legacy providers by providing better products, cheaper products, and more innovative products.
So, Nick, how much more can you do? If I'm a Revolut user, how different? What kind of services will I be able to have in 3-4 years? Will I be able to ask 2 months' salary in advance? Do I, pay for something over a 12-month period? Like, where are the things that you want to innovate and that I want as a consumer without knowing it yet?
Well, initially, we obviously are starting a payday product. It allows you to withdraw part of your accrued salary, up to 50% of your salary accrued. So advantages of it is obviously, instead of using credit card and instead of using a loan or overdraft, you already get access to your salary that you already earned. And that's just the beginning. In the future, we can most likely give you access not to only 50%, but even more of your salary, maybe up to 100%.
Nick, there's a lot of talk, of course, also of cryptocurrencies or having portfolios. How do you see all of this space changing? Do you want to be the everything online bank for everyone?
100%. I think in the future that will be the only viable model, because being a monoliner product is not economically viable. For example, if you only provide the trading, or you only provide the credit, or only banking services, or only insurance, I think in the future, because there will be a lot of price compression and then a lot of new entrants from our digital space, it is very hard to compete with a low-cost products. As a result, you need to have a portfolio of low-cost products to be able to cover your costs, especially costs of customer acquisition. So I think in the future, we'll see more and more companies entering into business model when they sell a lot of products rather than single-line product.
So, Nick, is there someone that you're trying to model yourself on? I don't know whether it's an Alibaba or a Tencent actually in China. You started 6 years ago. You were one of many smaller online banks, and you've really become one of the most big forces to be reckoned with for the big banks. Is it the interface? Do you just want to be where everyone goes to? And what's your dream of when you go public?
Well, we're not really copying WeChat or Alibaba. In reality, we want to be in financial services, but then we want to be there as deep as possible in every single product. And there are a lot of advantages of doing it. For example, in any financial services product, before I start using it, I need to onboard or do know your customer procedure, KYC procedure. As a result, when I open a trading account with one provider, I go through this procedure. Then banking account, insurance, and so on. As a result, I end up having many companies, many products, and wasting a lot of time on all their procedures. But when everything is in-house, then you onboard with us only once, and then you've got access to all the products which are at discounted pricing compared to anyone else. So that's a win for consumer. That's a win for us as well.
When do you want to go public, Nick?
Well, sometime in the future, because we're obviously a venture-funded company. So at a certain point of time it will happen, but when, I don't really know.
Are you looking for more partners? So how big do you want to be before you actually IPO? You were talking about some of the great new products, innovative products. I was also intrigued by Savings Vault, which is the idea that you get interest rates on a daily basis on what you put into your account. I mean, do you have a target of how big you want to be before deciding or before IPOing?
Well, not really, but I think we need to be at least a bit more mature compared to where we are now, and then larger in terms of revenues. I think to be able to IPO successfully, we need to be at least in a few $1 billion range of revenue a year.
I know you're international, you're in many markets. Do you use the UK as a stepping stone to understand actually what works and what doesn't? Or it seems that the UK market is much more advanced when using some of these apps and interfaces.
Well, definitely. Whenever we release a new product, we first test it on one country, and in majority of cases, that's the UK. So we test UK, we test Ireland, and then afterwards we roll out across other markets.
All right, Nick, a final word on, if you look at the markets, how much do you study the markets? I know I keep on going back to the IPO story, but you have such an exciting story, and it's amazing what you've achieved really in the last 6 years. Do you look at the market conditions, or do you just worry on actually running Revolut day to day, and that will come afterwards?
So we just focus on business, because the reality, the price that you can get on IPO, it's market dependent and business dependent, right? So what we can really change and focus on is business, and then market we can't. So as a result, we are much more focused on running business and making sure we have a healthy, profitable, high growth business globally. And then if timing is right and market is right, we will do IPO.